The role of the stomach in the human body, a scientific and scholarly exploration. The human body is an extremely intricate biological system composed of various organs, tissues, and cellular structures that work in remarkable coordination. Among the organs that contribute significantly to sustaining biological life, the stomach holds a central position. Although the stomach is often simplified as just a sac where food is stored and digested, its functions extend far beyond mere mechanical and chemical breakdown of consumed material. Scientifically, the stomach is an organ with multifaceted physiological roles, ranging from digestion and endocrine regulation to immunological defense, metabolic control, and neurological signaling. Understanding the stomach requires an examination of its anatomy, biochemical mechanisms, physiological functions, hormonal actions, interaction with the nervous system, and its influence on overall human health. Anatomical structure of the human stomach. The stomach is a J-shaped, muscular, hollow organ located between the esophagus and the small intestine. It is divided into major regions: the cardia, fundus, body, and pylorus. Each region plays distinct roles in the digestive process. The stomach walls consist of 4 major layers: the mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, and serosa. The mucosa contains gastric pits and glands responsible for secretion of enzymes and hydrochloric acid HCl. These glands house parietal cells, chief cells, G cells, D cells, and others responsible for producing a variety of secretions. The submucosa contains blood vessels, nerves, and connective tissue. The muscularis externa, composed of longitudinal, circular, and oblique muscle layers, is responsible for churning and mechanical breakdown of food. Finally, the serosa forms the protective outer covering. The structural complexity of the stomach allows it to perform mechanical mixing, chemical digestion, secretion of hormones, and precise regulation of food flow into the small intestine. Primary functions of the stomach. 1. Food storage. The stomach acts as a temporary reservoir capable of holding and gradually releasing partially digested food into the small intestine. This controlled release ensures that digestion is not overwhelming to the small intestine, allowing for optimal absorption of nutrients. 2. Mechanical digestion. The muscular layers contract rhythmically, producing peristaltic waves. This mixing action reduces solid food into a semi-liquid mass known as chyme. These contractions also move food toward the pyloric sphincter, regulating emptying into the duodenum. 3. Chemical digestion. Chemical digestion in the stomach is largely dependent on hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes. HCl denatures proteins, making them susceptible to enzymatic activity, and activates pepsinogen into pepsin. Pepsin breaks peptide bonds, initiating protein digestion. Gastric lipase plays a role in lipid digestion. 4. Endocrine function. The stomach is also an endocrine organ. Hormone-secreting cells regulate hunger, digestion, acid secretion, and gastric motility. Hormones produced include gastrin, ghrelin, somatostatin, and motilin. These hormones affect appetite, energy balance, and gastrointestinal function. 5. Immune defense. The stomach acts as a barrier to pathogens. The acidic environment inhibits bacterial growth and neutralizes harmful microorganisms. The mucosal lining produces mucus and immunoglobulin A (IgA) to defend against pathogens. Chemical composition and pH of gastric juice. Gastric juice contains hydrochloric acid, enzymes pepsin, lipase mucus, intrinsic factor, and electrolytes. The pH ranges between 1.5 and 3.5. Such strong acidity is comparable to industrial-grade chemicals. The low pH denatures proteins, facilitates enzymatic activity, destroys pathogens, prepares nutrients for absorption. Intrinsic factor is crucial for vitamin B12 absorption. Without this function, severe anemia and neurological damage can occur. Hormonal regulation of the stomach. Hormones released by the stomach influence digestion, metabolism, and neurological pathways. Gastrin stimulates acid secretion and promotes mucosal growth. Ghrelin, known as the hunger hormone, ghrelin influences appetite control and energy balance by acting on the hypothalamus. Somatostatin inhibits acid secretion and regulates endocrine pathways. Motilin coordinates gastric and intestinal motility. These hormones place the stomach at the crossroads of digestion, metabolism, and neural regulation. Stomach and the nervous system. The stomach is deeply interconnected with the brain through the vagus nerve and the enteric nervous system. This bidirectional relationship is known as the gut-brain axis. Emotional states, stress, and psychological factors influence gastric acid secretion and motility. Conversely, gastric hormones influence mood, appetite, and cognition. The enteric nervous system contains millions of neurons, sometimes referred to as the second brain. It operates independently but communicates constantly with the central nervous system. This explains why anxiety may cause nausea, or how emotional disturbances impact digestion. Immunological function of the stomach. The stomach acts as a strong defensive barrier. The acidity eliminates many bacteria and viruses. Mucus protects the epithelial lining from acid damage. Gastric mucosa contains immune cells and lymphoid tissues that detect and combat pathogens. Specialized secretions like lysozymes and defensins strengthen immunological defense. Thus, the stomach is not only digestive, but also a protective organ. Role in nutrient processing and absorption. Although most absorption occurs in the small intestine, the stomach plays a crucial preparatory role. Proteins are broken down, fats are emulsified, and carbohydrates are partially digested. Absorption of certain substances, including alcohol, water, and some drugs, occurs in the stomach. Intrinsic factor enables vitamin B12 absorption, vital for DNA synthesis and nervous system function. Microbiome and the stomach. The stomach hosts a limited but important microbiological environment. Helicobacter pylori can colonize the stomach and is associated with ulcer formation. Probiotics and microbiome research reveal that gut flora influence immunity, digestion, and possibly mental health. Diseases and disorders of the stomach. Several diseases affect stomach function. Gastritis, gastric ulcers, GERD, stomach cancer, H. pylori infection, gastroparesis. Lifestyle factors, such as stress, diet, smoking, NSAIDs, and alcohol, play major roles. Metabolic and systemic influence. The stomach influences weight regulation, blood sugar control, hunger and satiety, endocrine signaling. Bariatric surgery demonstrates how altering the stomach alters body weight and metabolic health. Conclusion. The stomach is not merely a passive container for food. It is an active, dynamic, and sophisticated organ contributing to digestion, hormone production, immunological defense, metabolic regulation, neurological signaling. Its role spans mechanical processing, biochemical transformation, immune defense, and endocrine control. Understanding the stomach's complex functions highlights its indispensable importance in human physiology.